Welcome everyone to the Virtual Cultural Expressions Festival. Bienvenue tous au Festival d'expression culturelle virtuelle. The Cultural Expressions Festival is coordinated by the Multicultural Association of Fredericton in partnership with Fredericton's ethnocultural groups. Le Festival d'expression culturelle est coordonné par l'Association multiculturelle du Fredericton à l'aide des groupes ethnoculturels de Fredericton. With this year's theme, We Are Stronger Together, the festival is offering a series of fun virtual activities from diverse cultures up until July 1st. Le thème de cette année est Nous sommes ensemble, nous irons plus loin. Le festival va offrir des séries d'activités virtuelles préparées par diverses cultures jusqu'au 1er juillet. Special thanks to our founders who made this festival possible, including the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, Canadian Heritage, New Brunswick Post-Secondary Education, Training and Labor, City of Fredericton, and Downtown Fredericton. Nous aimons remercier nos fondeurs qui ont rendu ce festival possible, y inclut l'éducation postsecondaire de formation et du travail, Immigration, Réfugiés et Citoyenneté Canada, Ville de Fredericton, Downtown Fredericton et Patrimoine canadien. Thanks to the funders and partners, we were able to offer these online activities this year instead of canceling the festival due to current situations. That's why we set the theme as We Are Stronger Together. Grâce à nos fondeurs et aux partenaires, nous avons la chance d'offrir ces activités en ligne, au lieu d'annuler le festival à cause de la situation actuelle. C'est pourquoi on a changé le thème à Nous sommes ensemble, nous irons plus loin. Now, let's welcome Vidhu Bavishi from the Indo-Canadian Association of Fredericton. She will present a vegan cooking class. Maintenant, accueillons Vidhu Bavishi de l'Association Indo-Canadienne de Fredericton. Elle présentera un cours de cuisine végétarienne.
Hello, I'm Vidhu. I'll be showing you a super easy yet really tasty tofu butter masala recipe. And this recipe is a modified version of paneer butter masala or chicken butter masala, which is really common in Indian cooking, North Indian cooking especially. I moved to Fredericton in 2014 when my husband came here for his PhD, and he asked me to move here, and I came over here, and since then I'm here. We have been a part of Multicultural Association for a long time. We used to have food stall, Indian food stall in Multicultural for 3 years, then had our baby and we stopped doing that. But I got this opportunity today to show a live cooking session and I took it, and I'll just present to you this super simple tofu butter masala now. I'll just move my camera here so you can see my stuff. Yeah. So going to start with, since it's a vegan recipe, I'm going to use the vegan earth balance butter. I'll be using, and don't mind the butter, it's a buttery recipe, so I'll be using a lot of it. So almost like 3 tablespoons here. And not to burn the butter, I'll be using about a tablespoon of oil in it. And just wait for the butter to melt. Now the butter is melted. I can show you here if you can see. I can turn off my light so you can see it better. So that's my melted butter. Now I have a large onion roughly chopped here. I'm going to add that here and wait for it to get soft and transparent kind of. It's roughly chopped because we are going to make a paste out of the veggies I'm going to add here. So that's why it's all roughly chopped. We don't need to have finely chopped onion and other things here. This is a really old recipe, modified over generations. And originally started with chicken, then it went to paneer because vegetarians wanted to eat it, and now that vegan thing is around, and we got tofu, so made tofu butter masala out of it. You can add roasted cauliflowers in it too. Like other than tofu, if you don't like the taste and texture of tofu, you can use roasted cauliflowers. Um, I have seen people using sweet potatoes as well. I'm not a huge fan of sweet potatoes, so I don't use it much. But yeah, people have used sweet potatoes as well. The onions should take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook. I have a natural gas stove, so it takes less time for me. But on an induction or a coil stove, it should take 2 to 3 minutes. And I have used red onions. For some reason, I don't like the white or yellow onions. So there, I can show you now. So you can see it's all kind of translucent, transparent. I will add, here is a ginger garlic paste. It's not paste, it's minced ginger garlic. I used about an inch of ginger and 3 big cloves of garlic. I'll add that in here. Don't mind me using my hands, I use them a lot while cooking. And we'll just cook them enough so that we don't smell garlic in here. And that should not take them more than 30 seconds, 45 seconds. We don't have to burn the garlic and ginger, so don't want to cook a lot. And everything is being cooked on a medium high flame. So for me, it's right now at 6 number. Okay, so this is done. I have a one super big tomato. I can show you the size of the tomato I have here out. So it's a very big tomato. So I'll add this, and I have some cashews soaked in here, about half cup. So I've taken water out, and I soaked it like 10 minutes ago. So it's not a lot. You don't need to soak them for a longer period of time. And I'll add a little bit salt here, just for the tomatoes to cook. And this is my spice box, by the way. In India, we have this kind of spice boxes. So that's my red chili powder. That's my turmeric powder, coriander and cumin powder, garam masala, whole cumin, whole mustard, and the salt. That's the essence of Indian cooking, I guess. So I have added salt in here. And we are only going to cook until the tomatoes are all mushy. We don't want to like overcook them because we are going to make a paste out of this whole thing. So tomatoes should take about 2 minutes to cook. And for some stuff, it might take 3 to 4 minutes. I can show you the consistency right now. It's not fully cooked, but a little bit mushy. So we'll wait for another minute or so. And just make the bigger pieces, make sure the bigger pieces can be pressed by this spatula. It's a super simple, very super less ingredients in here. So And it's a go-to recipe for us when we want to eat tofu curry, because we love tofu at home. And so here you can see tomatoes are almost mashed, and just a little bit more. Okay, so my tomatoes are done. Now I will add the spices. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoon of red chili powder. This red chili powder we use is just for the color. It's a Kashmiri mirch, Kashmiri red chili. So it's basically just for color. It doesn't have any heat to it. So if you want to add more color to your curry, you can add more. So I'll just add a little bit more. I'll be adding about 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. And that's it. So mix it. And this is done. So I'll turn this off. We're going to use the same pan later on after the paste is made. So I'll just turn this off and wait for it to cool for like 2-3 minutes so I can add it to my blender. I'll mute myself when I use the blender. I don't want everybody to listen to it. But so we use a lot of turmeric in Indian cooking because it's an anti-inflammatory, antiseptic. So if we get cut while cooking and chopping stuff, I just put some turmeric on top of my finger and the blood stops in like 2 minutes. And if somebody has cold, boil milk, add some turmeric and sugar in it, drink it, you're good to go. Turmeric is really good for health. And we get all our spices from India, but you can get them here in Indian store and Mail and Mart. I think Superstore has some spices now. If you're out of Fredericton, there are lots of Indian stores out west, or wherever you are, you should be able to find an Indian store now. So I'll add this thing to my blender. Still hot, but my blender can make soup, so I can add it. But I would suggest when you're making this at home, wait for the steam to go away. So probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then add it to the blender so your blender doesn't blast. I have blasted one blender before because I did not wait. I was in a hurry to cook. So this is just a precautionary measure you should take while cooking this recipe. Okay. I'm going to mute myself for 2 minutes here. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I'll show you when I pour this, but it is a super smooth paste of whatever we had. All onion, tomatoes, cashews, everything is blended super well. Now what I will do is I'll turn this back on. Add a little bit more butter just to make it more buttery, I guess. And I'll be using one thing which I really want to show everybody. It's the bay leaves. Bay leaves have really good smell to them, and they make curry smell fragrant. So I'll be using one bay leaf here. You don't need to use it, it's just optional. Not everybody has it, but since I have it, I'll just use it. Saute in here for like 10-15 seconds with the butter. And now I will add this whole thing in here. Right now I'm going to cook on a low flame because this is already cooked. We are just going to mix it with butter a little bit more. And don't worry about this. You can get it with a little water, which we are going to add later on. So it's about 1/4 cup water in here, which I'm going to use later. So this is, you will see that this has oil coming out of it on the sides. Like right here, you can see the oil is fluttering. So it means it's all cooked. Now I will add tofu to it. It's a 14-ounce tofu block I used. I'm going to add the whole thing in here. Just mix everything well. Coating the tofu. My tofu is all covered in the spices, as you can see. I'll add a little bit more salt because we added tofu. Salt is all as per taste. You can add less, more, as per your liking. So this is all mixed up. Now I am going to add my most favorite thing. This is a coconut milk, but it's super solid, as you can see. I kept it in refrigerator for around 2 days now. So it's all super solid. I'll add 2 tablespoons of coconut milk in here. And mix it properly. I'll add the water which we had. So just make sure what consistency you want. I generally don't like super liquid consistency of this curry. So I don't add a lot of water to it because coconut milk itself had some water in it. So don't need a lot. It'll just cook on. I've just increased the flame to medium now, just to cook a little bit and get the spices mixed in water. And now I'm going to add garam masala. So about half teaspoon of garam masala in here. And there is one more special spice I'm going to add. That's dried fenugreek leaves. It's called kasuri methi, which you can find in Indian stores as well. I just crush it a little bit. And just sprinkle it over here. And this smells so good. The kasuri methi makes the dish smell, oh my God. I have some chopped coriander here as well. I'm going to add some here right now to get some taste in the curry. And then while serving, I can just add the rest of it on just to garnish. And that's it. That's a super simple tofu butter masala all done. I can show you here. It's one pot recipe, just you need a blender. That's pretty much it. You can eat this with rice, naan bread, roti, paratha. Roti is a flatbread, thin flatbread that puffs up. We make them at home. And it's kind of a tortilla, just made with whole wheat flour. Paratha is the same thing. We don't puff it. It's just roasted. So it's roasted with oil. And naan bread, everybody knows naan bread, rice. Actually, I'll just show you how to eat it right now. We use steel plates at home to eat, so I'm going to use that. That's my plate. Actually, my son's plate. It's a small plate. I'm not going to eat a whole lot right now. I have prepared rice here for myself, so I'm going to add a little bit rice. I cook rice and I just boil rice with water and take the extra water out because I like my rice to be not sticky. So you can see that my rice is like this. And I'm going to add the curry on top of it. Garnish it with a little bit more coriander. A little interesting fact about me, I used to hate coriander. But when I met my husband and he loves it, I recently started adding, so I won't say it has been forever, but recently started adding cilantro, coriander to all my dishes. And I mixed it super well. I'm going to eat it. It's all done. Super easy recipe. I'm not sure if you guys are asking any questions, but I will hand it over to Katya, and if anybody has asked any question or if anybody has any comment, she can let me know. But this is a super simple, easy tofu recipe. You can use paneer in here. I'm not sure a lot about chicken, but people say they marinate chicken and use the same gravy and put the chicken in it. You can use roasted cauliflower and you'll be done in 15 minutes, I guess. Thank you so much for watching.
I hope you enjoyed the presentation. We are sharing a lot of fun educational content about India on the festival Facebook page throughout the day. So check them out. Thank you. J'espère que vous avez aimé cette présentation. On est en train de partager beaucoup de contenu éducationnel sur l'Inde sur la page du festival sur Facebook. Donc, vous pouvez voir. Merci.